wanted to start off by giving you sort of a 10,000-foot view and why we decided to work on this bill. And it was brought to us basically by the Vermont Council on Rural Development, and was based on their work done with the Working Landscape Partnership. And they based a lot of their findings and work on work that had been done on the report by the Council on the Future of Vermont. And I think one of the most remarkable things to note is that one of the findings, which was the result of a poll done by the Council on the Future of Vermont, which stated that over 97% of Vermonters polled endorsed the value of the working landscape as key to our future. And I just, over the course of the last month or two, have been sorting through stuff in my house and came upon this National Geographic from 1974. Now you know how pathetic my house is. But I looked at, you know, what was featured back then, you know? Working with horses, beautiful landscape, back to the land culture, haying, farmers, auctions, and our wonderful granite workers, working landscape, the sugar house, and basically the woods, which is all part of our working landscape. Probably some of the old timers, if you look through this, you could probably see people that you knew or maybe have passed on by now. But then let's fast forward to the spring, and what do we still feature as part of what we promote in Vermont life? The working landscape. Those fields are not kept open by mistake. They're kept open by hard work. And we're engaging our children in maple and teaching them about hard work through maple. And I will also say Kindle Farm down in my neck of the woods, which is sort of an alternative education for kids who are struggling. They base all of their work around ag and gardening. And then you take a look at some of these other, you know, UVM, Heather Darby and the work she's doing around oil seeds, and Roger Rainville and powering his tractors on sunflower oil. You know, it's part of our future. And Vermont Business Magazine and Claire's Restaurant. And so there's all of this this really great information and testimony to why the working landscape has been so important to us in the past and why it's important to our future as well. But one of the great things that has happened in the last 2 years is that we passed the Farm to Plate initiative, which made an investment in our working landscape, in particular the agriculture sector. And we invested $1.26 million through the Jobs Bill, through the Ag Innovation Center, which, if you remember, was the body that we created to accept Leahy earmark money, Senator Leahy's earmark money, as well as Vermont Viability Program. So we invested that $1.26 million, and with that we were able to leverage $2.7 million additional dollars to be invested into our food-related businesses. And in 2 years, so the goal was that we would increase the amount of Vermont-raised food to 10%. It's been about 5%, but that we raised that to 10% that we were producing ourselves, and would increase economic output over 10 years, create 1,500 jobs, and put more nutritious Vermont food on Vermont plates, keeping more Vermont money in our state. And in 2 years, we have created 500 jobs. So we have basically achieved a third of our goal in 20% of the time. And we have seen the opening of 112 food-related establishments in that time. So I look upon the money that we would spend here as an investment in the future of Vermont, taking advantage of the momentum that has been created around the local foods movement. People want to know what they're eating, where it comes from, how it's made, and you know, who grows it. So this I see as a really important opportunity for us to take advantage of.